Just okay?
Just okay.
Yeah, I'm alright, I guess. Can't complain, none.
Well, you could, but
Don't
it
do
probably
no
wouldn't do
good.
good, any good, yeah. Hello, David.
Hey, how you doing, Mike?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Fantastic.
Fantastic, my wife says. Long as I don't want to see anything, I'll keep on going, doing great. Doctor says he's gonna have to operate on me on March the 4th. Take out some cataract. He says it's a fast-growing cataract, and I won't be able to see if you don't take it out. I told him I couldn't see anyway. I didn't know what difference it made.
Now I heard about a Japanese gentleman was having trouble seeing.
Yeah.
So he went to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor examined him and says, "Mr. Yamaguchi, you have cataracts." And the Japanese gentleman says, "Oh no, doctor, me have Rincon Continental."
Oh man. Is that our joke for today?
That's your joke for the day.
What was it?
I'll tell it to you in a little bit.
Oh, must be bad.
Not one bad. He said the Japanese fellow went to the eye doctor, and the eye doctor told him that he says, "You got cataracts," and he says, "No, me got Lincoln Continental." I didn't say it as good as Dave did. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good.
You know what you call a woman with one leg shorter than the other?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it better be with respect.
Eileen.
Eileen, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know what you call a Japanese woman with one leg shorter than the other?
What was that?
Irene.
Irene. Oh, huh. Okay.
I may have a visitor tonight, I hope.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. We will be glad to have him. Who's your visitor tonight?
Her name's Camille Perry, if she comes through.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll be looking for her.
I might have a visitor too. Dwayne.
Dwayne. Dwayne who?
I forget his last name, but his first name is Dwayne.
All right. This is great. We're going to have a good call tonight.
Yeah, I got a good call started last week.
Yes, sir. That's all right. That's what we like, good calls. I just wish I'd turned the recording on a little sooner. Dave dropped out on us, and you asked a good question, and we really got a good conversation going there, and I forgot to start the recording.
Did you go back through it and post it?
I think I went back and posted what I did record. I didn't get the whole recording, so I wish I had. It was good. But we'll go over that subject again, not tonight maybe, or well, tonight if everybody wants to hear it. But not, we will do it again, and we will record the whole thing next time. Did you pick up anything on it last time, David? Did you go through and try it out any?
Yeah, I was in there. I only get 500 emails.
Well, that's a start. That's a lot.
All right.
That's a lot, actually.
pretty good bit. I don't know where I couldn't email 5,000 people. I don't think.
Sure you could.
Uh,
Reverend Dave's been concentrating on IBO Exchange the last couple, 2 or 3 days here. He's got a few ads up there, and we've noticed a few other people putting ads up there for the Four Corners and TGI and stuff like that. We're excited. We want to see a lot of activity there. Let's see who's come to join us. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've reached our winning team training call. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Sandy, Mike, North Carolina. Trying to do too many things at once. I don't know who I am.
Well, that's all right. I thought I recognized the bell there.
So, Sandy, I have a question for you.
Yes, Reverend Dave.
How's my favorite North Carolinian?
I'm fine. Am I your favorite North Carolinian?
Yes, you are.
Oh,
You gotta watch close. Doug may be listening now.
he'll be jealous.
He's a close second. Only because I never get to hear him on the recordings.
No, he's a quiet one. He listens and takes it all in.
I tell you what, when he does speak up, he has got something to say, though, y'all. Everybody needs to listen.
That's right.
I'll amend that. My favorite female North Carolinian.
There you go.
Now, I'm getting suspicious. You don't know too many people in North Carolina, do you, Reverend Dave?
I know quite a few, actually.
Actually, he should know quite a few.
Because my aunt and uncle used to live down there in Lincolnton near Charlotte.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My uncle worked for the Timken Company as a trainer. They would send people down to Lincolnton to be trained by my uncle.
What was the name of the company?
Timken roller bearings.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big company up here in Ohio. One of the largest companies in Canton, Ohio. So he was a narrow gauge VIP down in North Carolina. But they loved it because it didn't get cold like it did in Ohio. I know it gets cold, but not like it does in Ohio.
Like Ohio, right?
Like we were below zero in Ohio this morning.
Oh. You know, we turn our heat down to 62 at night, and when I hear it crank on during the night, not very often, I know it's got to be cold out there. I can't even imagine under zero. Oh. That's awful.
it was 47 this morning here.
It was 25 here.
What was it, David?
It was 25. And David, 47. But he's down there in sunny Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right in the center of the state. Right on the coast.
My sister said she lives down in Bradenton, and it's been getting cold down there. It's actually been highs in the 70s.
That's pretty cold there, chilly there.
And I told her, you ought to drop dead and act like you care, because 70s is not cold. She goes, oh no, our blood thins on as soon as we get down here. And when it gets down into the 70s and the 60s, we're cold. And I go, I said, I feel sorry for you because you don't know what cold is.
Well, we made it to the 50s today. We're supposed to be in the 60s later this week, so.
Well, that'd be fantastic for me. We're not supposed to get out of the 30s for at least a week.
Of course, the lows every night's going to be down in the 20s, so that's not real encouraging. But anyway, it's what it is.
Yeah, if you don't want to live there, you need to move, right? I mean, it just sucks. But when we had the chance to move to Atlanta out of New Jersey, I thought we were, going to be moving to heaven because it'd be nice and warm. First few days there, we had a vicious snowstorm. It was cold, icy.
Uh-oh.
They weren't happy with us. They swore we brought it with us.
I've seen some pretty vicious snowstorms down here, but they come far and few between, fortunately.
Yeah, I just discovered something.
What's that?
You can build you a PowerPoint presentation and send it out through Skyport.
Sure you can. I do it all the time.
I just found it.
Well, great.
And it went to my files when I clicked on it.
Yeah.
So I guess I got to build something.
Well, when you get it built, send it to me and let me look at it.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Post it on Skype so we can all look at it.
There you go. We are interested. We are interesting and interested both.
Had no idea I could do that.
Well, I was telling you that Doug cleaned off my machine, so I couldn't find Microsoft. I downloaded Microsoft 2010 Starter, and I don't think PowerPoint is on there. I did just do an Excel sheet for real estate.
Yeah.
And that's on there, but I don't know. I have to see if PowerPoint is on there. I don't think it is. I'll have to figure out how to build a PowerPoint.
That's strange. PowerPoint's almost with all Microsoft Office products.
Let me see. No, not showing up. Yeah, we might actually have to pay for that.
Oh, that's getting desperate there.
Yeah.
You know what you could do is go to openoffice.org. They have a complete suite there that's just like Office.
I did that at one point. That's right.
And free is a whole lot cheaper than paying for Microsoft product.
That's right. And I kind of think that's what Doug Robert told me he was using. And he spends money like it's, made out of dirt. So.
Well, most Office products will work just fine with OpenOffice, and most OpenOffice products will work just fine with Office. So they're pretty interchangeable.
Right. But Microsoft 2010 is very complicated. I mean, there is so much junk in that toolbar at the top. It's going to take me a minute to figure it out.
Yep.
I'd like something simple.
Well, OpenOffice might not do everything that Microsoft Office will do, but it does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I was using it for quite a while, way back. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yes, that's cool. So we talked about Four Corners here on the screen share.
Well, yeah, that particular program, if you go to your Four Corners back office And over on the left-hand side, they got 3 links on there. They got one's your personal link, and one is your products linked, and the other one is linked to send people that want to join. And this is the personal link here, the that you can promote Four Corners with, and it is actually a really good little program. Well, little's not the word for it. It's a big program, and it takes people a little while to go completely through it. But when they go through it, they've got all the information they're going to need. And on every page, there's if you scroll down, there's a see if I can get this thing to scroll down. There is a big green join button on every page. That kind of encourages them, lets them know what they're supposed to be doing. So. And, but this is it's a real good page. And it's not one that I would want to use to, promote like the TGI capture pages and presentation pages, stuff like that are more interesting for a shorter presentation. They're pretty long too, but not short, and might catch people brand new, catch their attention. But if they want to come back and want more information, they want to, something they can absorb. This is a real nice little site here to send them to. You got the links across there, that explains just about everything. Well, not just about. It explains everything, and of course, both Clay and Frank, both with the TGI presentations, they do pretty good, and go over things pretty good. But here people can actually see it in writing, and they can take their time to go through and absorb what they want to, what they need out of it. So it explains a lot. And like I said, at the bottom of every page, they got the big green Join Now button. So I like that. I want to keep encouraging people to take action. And this goes into a little bit more information with giving them some information on the company and things like that. On David Harrison. David Harrison is the really founder and creator of Four Corners. And by the way, if you happen to be talking to some people from down under, David Harrison is an Aussie. He lives in the States now because he married a lady who lived over here in the States. So he moved, but he's still Australian. If you run across some Australians to talk to, then you can. Sometimes they like hearing their own people. I guess it's the accent they like or whatever. You got a facts page, tells you where you can sponsor people, and well, it doesn't tell you where you can sponsor people in the world. It tells you where you can't, because the where you can't list is a whole lot shorter than where you can, and so it pretty much opens up the whole globe to us, which is really good. They've got the presentation. This page here can be translated in over 66 languages. I think it says that somewhere here. But that's if you run across people that want to know more, and if they happen not to speak English, like me, they don't speak English too well. I haven't found the translator, Google Translator, or anything else that's translated into good old Southern redneck. But I make do with what they got. So
Not gonna happen.
But it's a pretty neat little program, presentation. Like I said, it primarily use it to follow up on people you've already exposed and let them come through and get a real good feeling for what Four Corners is all about. Even shows some old folks on here like me. Which all y'all young folks don't need to worry about that part probably, but you never know who you're going to talk to.
I got a question.
Uh-oh. Last time that led us into an hour-and-a-half discussion, but go ahead.
On this here financial literacy book that we purchased when we signed up for Four Corners, is
Yes.
that a download
Yes, sir.
or
Haven't you downloaded it and read it yet?
no? I don't know how to download it. I click on Learn More, and I looked on that page, and I don't see no download. But
Well, let me see if I can get back over to the right place, and we I gotta get my computer back over to the right screen here. Well, I thought products. It might say in this right here about how to do it, but it's a real simple little download, a PDF download, and it easily, instantly downloadable directly in your back office. I knew that. Let me see if I can figure out where we go to do that. Wait a minute, it might tell us here. Might give us a link in here, but I don't think, no, it won't give us a link in here, because this is a page to send to people to get them interested in joining. Alright, there you go. Log me back in. Go to My Purchases and access your current purchases. Click here. If you got the screen share up, you see where it is. I'm in my back office, and go over to the tab that says My Purchases, and it'll just follow the yellow brick road, and or the blue one in this case, and it'll get you there.
well, I don't see. I'm on my back office page here.
You
I
on?
don't see, oh, My Purchases.
You see across at My Purchases right there,
Yeah.
and scroll down and click on My Purchases.
Okay, I got it.
If you run across some people just flat don't want to do a business, but they want some of that valuable literature, which it is valuable, you can click on there, and it takes you to your retail site. And I know that's a clickable link right there, where they can actually purchase directly any of the products we have.
Well,
So
I don't see no download button.
on these,
Oh, yeah, they do.
they won't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you gotta. Once they purchase it, then you can you can download it. So
I've got 1, 2, 3 downloads.
yep, you want to go ahead and get those, because you can't tell people how good they are unless you experience them yourself first.
it goes. That's the first one.
It doesn't take long. They're pretty quick. They're compressed, and so it's pretty easy to download. Just get them in and decompress them, and you need to. If you haven't done so, you need to come into this back office and play around with it a little bit, because it's got a lot of information on it. It looks like a pretty simple little page, but once you get to playing with it, it's got a lot of information in there.
That first download failed.
Failed, huh? Whew. Reverend Dave, you still around?
I'm still here.
I'm just looking at something. We were talking about Coach Van, I think yesterday, and that he hadn't changed it. I think somebody built a fire under him.
Wow.
Because he jumped up one here.
Well, that may be.
Frank caught up with him, so he got in there and had to get him another one. I guess he wants to stay on top.
That may be.
That's all right. The more people we get out there, a thumping and a stumping, then the more people we gonna have getting excited about this and wanting to join us.
I got it in French too.
You got it in French too. Do you speak French?
Yeah. No. The first one. No, the first one failed, and I clicked on number 2, not noticing that it was French. It's funny, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to go back and get it in English, and just in case.
Well, maybe they're giving it to me in French.
Well, you never know when you run across somebody in France that's going to need it. Reverend Dave, what valuable information have you got to impart upon us tonight?
Well, I can always share what's happening to me.
Well, that's good.
I'm getting about 1 or 2, sometimes 3, sometimes more opt-ins daily. Basically using the Safe List marketing, as well as I did have somebody opt in that was already in Four Corners from my IBO exchange site. So I'm seeing value there, which is why I'm concentrating on building up my credits so I can use the higher credit limits so my ads will be at the top of the list. And I know Mike is doing the same thing. It's all about traffic, my friends. It's all about getting the word out and letting them see it a lot. Now, I will confess, I'm taking advantage, and Mike is taking advantage of me because we're running the same ads from TGI on IBO Exchange. People are going to see this and say, maybe there is something to this $18 deal. Maybe there is something, maybe we can make money. And I have enough ads out that I can benefit, and that it will benefit Mike as well, and Mike has enough ads out that it will benefit me. So It's not about who wins or who loses. None of us are losers. We're all in it for each other and to help each other. That's where the true reward comes. I've been helping this young man that's been calling me just about every day, wanting to know, what are you doing that's different? And I just tell him what I'm doing. I'm using my safe list ads. I'm using HTML. I'm doing phone bites when I don't get a phone number that I can't call back personally. I got an opt-in off of my Stifle line that was for TGI and for more to the point, for corners. And he was just astounded that I had called him back on a Sunday evening. I told him, I'm sorry, I don't normally call anybody on a Sunday evening. Normally I'm in church, but we got snowed out, and so I'm in front of my computer with my little phone in my hand, and I'm making this call. He said, that's astounding. He says, do you know how many things I opted into today, and you're the first person that called me back? That is an advantage, my friends. If you follow up personally with everybody who contacts you via the capture page, you will see success. And we don't need a lot of success. We only each need 4. And then help those 4 by telling them the same thing I'm telling you right now. So that's the only wisdom I have. It works for me. It's been working for a while. I haven't made millions of dollars, but I will. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And you're right. We're all in this for each other and everybody else that'll join us. Excuse me. Has anybody got any questions about anything in the Four Corners back office or the TGI back office? We switch either one of those. I don't know if you've any of y'all taken a look at it. You got all the presentation things that Frank and Clay have done, but this is another presentation that is your personal presentation for TGI, which of course TGI is promoting Four Corners. Obviously, that TGI is a team build, and a team build means we're all in this together to build for everybody, to build a team. But this is another good site if once you've captured somebody's attention and you got them interested enough to want to know a little bit more. This is a good site to take them to. Excuse me. It has it's got a lot of useful information that you can use yourself, such as it's got sample copies, solo ad copies, and follow-up emails. I use both of those a lot. Maps ads. I have to admit to ignorance. I'm not real sure exactly what a Maps ad is. I know there's a program out there called Maps, and it has to do with advertising. So, but usually when people go to TGI, this is where they first come to. I'm just rambling on here. If anybody's got any specific questions or specific answers, I won't promise you I got all the answers, but I darn sure will try to find them.
Well, Mike, I'm just drafting an email to send out to my people that I'm got fresh leads,
Yeah.
and I'm saying Frankie's got 650 plus,
Yes, sir.
and he's using the same capture pages that we all are,
Yep, he sure is.
or that we can if we choose to. If we only get 10% of what he has, that's 65. That's more than enough to make our fortune.
Let me inject something here. I want to make sure everybody knows and is real clear that you got an opportunity here to build, and with the team build, people will be building around you, and under you and stuff like that. But you really don't want people to do that, because everybody that you personally sign up into this is you're going to make the same money that they make off of what they do, off of their efforts, not your efforts, off of their efforts, or off of the efforts that they sit around and wait to fall in their lap. When that effort does fall in their lap, you're going to make that same money. You got an opportunity to just go out and sponsor one person. You're going to double your potential income. Your potential income, $549,000, just you, if you build and fill out your matrix, and it's only a 4x6 matrix, so it's not a big matrix. But if you sponsor one person, that's another $549,000 potential that you're sitting out there that you can make. And if you go ahead and fill your front row with 4 people as fast as you can, so that, in all honesty, so that spillover won't happen to you. I know spillover sounds like a good thing, and it is once you've got your group going, but you want to fill that front row first, and it's really not difficult. You just go out and ask somebody, hey, look, I've got a project I'm working on. Looks like it's going to make a little extra money here, and I just wondered if you're interested in making some extra money, would you be interested in taking a look at it? And from that point on, send them one of the presentations. There's some pretty good presentations, and right here on this list right here. But and follow up with them on the phone. Once you send them to that presentation, let them look at it, and then give them a call on the phone and say, hey, how'd you like it? What'd you think about it? And you say, did you pick up on the fact that it only gonna cost $18 one time and never anymore? And did you pick up on the fact that if you sponsor somebody, every dime they make, you're gonna make a dime too. Every time they make $100, you're gonna make $100 too. And if they make $549,000, guess what? You're gonna make $1 million. It's just absolutely fantastic. The position you can place yourself in, the potential you can place yourself in, just by simply going out and sharing with 3 or 4 people. I keep telling everybody I'm going diamond, and that's 200 people I got to sponsor. But you don't have to do that. You can, but if I got 200 people out there that I'm going to make off of it, if they go out there and average, $100 a week, that's, my math's no good. I think that's $2,000 a week that I'm gonna make. Wow, and so it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Excuse me there. I hate to keep coughing in front of everybody, and I got a mute button on my microphone here, but I forget to go out and push it. But I don't know. Your main number one goal here, of course, you want to learn about the program. You want to learn as much as you can about the program so you can talk about the program, but you don't really have to become an expert. You do want to be an expert, but you don't have to become that expert until you got a group going and you're asserting yourself as a leader, and all of y'all are leaders. I wouldn't be dealing with you here if you wasn't leaders. You're leaders, and what your primary number one goal is right now is 4 people. Put 4 people on that front line as fast as you can, because 4 people filling out their matrix is worth a couple $1 million. And I know nobody here on the call tonight is in this business to make any money, because you just want to. We just all want to help so many people. But look how many people you could help if you had a couple $1 million. It's amazing. I'm Reverend Dave, I promised you I wouldn't do that tonight, but I'm gone preaching on it. Sandy, you haven't said anything here in a few minutes there. Let me give you a chance instead of me hogging up the microphone here.
Well, I was just looking at IBO things, and I really haven't been doing much with that for a long time. And I keep get busy with that. So I'll get on that. And same thing with Facebook. I haven't advertised at all. Not advertised, posted banners or anything on Facebook for a while. But I need to get motivated.
Let me ask you something there. Well, what would it take to motivate you? What would motivate you?
The problem is, this is not really a problem. We've gotten busy with real estate.
Oh, I understand that, and that's important. That's important.
Yeah, that's kind of what pays the bills. And
tax time, everybody getting a refund. They want to buy a house now, don't they?
Sticky transactions that are calling for 100% attention. That's probably all weekend and today. But the constantly on my mind that I need to do something to get some leads. I'm not getting any leads. Now, I did get a call Sunday. It's funny you said that every day, because I was offended that this guy called me on Sunday. And I didn't answer, but I was going to call him yesterday and didn't have time. But I'll call him back. It's just, the usual. I want to talk about your network marketing businesses. I'll call him back.
A lot of people that call and they'll leave a message on the machine saying, I'm so and so, and I saw you on IBO, or I saw you somewhere, and I just want to talk about your business. What they really want to do is talk about their business, but that's okay. That's okay, because you let them talk about their little business and everything, and you say, well, look, I'm working on a project right now, and it looks like it's going to be making some money. Would you be open to taking a look at something? And let it go with that. And if they say yes, okay. If they say no, okay. That's no problem. But even if they come on, and you know in your heart, that what they really want to do is talk about their business, go ahead, let them. It's a contact. You're getting there. You're talking to them, and somewhere in that conversation, you got an opening. I'm working on a current project right now, and looks like it's going to make some money. Would you be open to take a look at it?
That's amazing, Matt. I did that yesterday.
Absolutely.
I was waiting for the mail, and I don't know if any of you know Doc King, Doc and Cindy Mayo, and Doc King and Cindy Mayo, or Doc Cindy King, or whatever their names are going by now. But they run a cult every day every weekday at 1 o'clock. And they call prospects that they've reverse marketed off of the safe list. And I've been called by them, and Doc never remembers me. He never remembers that he's called me before. And he says, "Would I have your attention?" I go, "Yeah, Doc, you got my attention. Go ahead and talk to me." And then he suddenly remembers, "I've heard this line before." And I know I've talked to Dave. And then Cindy comes on and she tells Doc in the background, "You want me to talk to him? Don't hang up. Well, okay, Dave. Well, if you can get on this call tomorrow, I go, "Doc, I'll guarantee you, I'll think about it." And then I hang up. Because when you think about it, you don't do it. And he knows that, and I know that, and I've been through that spiel at least 4 times. He always forgets he's already called me.
Yeah.
Because his mind is like a sieve. He can't remember big pieces of information.
You know, he obviously fails to do one of the most important things when you sit down to call someone on the phone. And what that is put a pad and pencil in front of you. So as you're talking, you don't have to write a book there, but it's little tidbits come out that notes you jot down little notes, and then when you talk to the person again later, or the second time, or when you call them back, or you follow up, you've got some connection there. And one thing, you can remember what you talked about before. Mm-hmm. So it's always good to have a pen and pad and in front of you when you're talking to people like that, and make notes. And the other thing you need to do is go back and read the notes.
Yep, you do.
I have to plead guilty. I write notes and
doing
don't
this for
read them.
years. He jumps from one organization to another, not one business to another, every 2 weeks. He makes what he can, and then he jumps.
Yeah.
And then it's the next greatest best thing.
Well, it is for that week, right?
I'm not a follower, Mike. I'll follow Jesus, and I'll follow certain other people, but when Doc King comes to me and says he's got the next greatest thing, yeah, right. Folks, I'm hungry. I gotta hang up.
What time is it here? I ain't been watching the time. It's
almost 9 o'clock. My wife and I have not eaten since lunch, so we're going to eat supper.
Well, that's a good thing. I appreciate you being on and you sharing your wisdom with us tonight.
Well, I don't know if it's wisdom, it's just experience.
Yeah, your experience. Experience leads to wisdom.
I would hope.
It does. Let me see if anybody else has got anything to say before you jump off, and then we'll let you go.
Okay.
David Mincy in Florida.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to add in here tonight, or before Dave leaves?
No, I can't.
All right.
I've been here by myself playing around.
All right. Well, that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You did pick up on one thing. You got your products downloaded, or started downloading them anyway.
Yeah, I got it.
Excuse me again. Sandy, if you got anything else you want to add tonight, I appreciate you being in here. I appreciate your comments you've been making. That's great.
I don't have anything now. But
How about Doug?
he just walked out of the room.
Oh.
He thought the call was over.
His time is good, isn't it?
That's his answer.
Sandy.
Yeah, I will keep in mind everything we talked about and try to get a little more motivated.
Whatever it takes to get motivated, get there. If you need anything from me or Reverend Dave is available most any time, not all the time, but most of the time, and I'm sure he'll be more than willing to help you in any way he can. And
That's a fact.
you know,
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
and David, he comes up with some good tidbits of wisdom too from time to time. So I'm sure if you call him, he's a good fellow to talk to, and you get him one-on-one. He's a real good fellow to talk to. So that's what we all hear about. We're all here to help each other. So I'm not going to hold everybody. We'll let everybody get away early tonight, and
Let's try to make invitations. I know David and I and Mike, and I don't know if you could say anything, but we all made invitations for people to join us on these calls. So
yep.
let's build this call up.
Where'd you post that? Where'd you post that?
I didn't. I just invited people to the call.
Oh,
What I do is when I get a name that opted into my TGI or Stiflorp or wherever, I add them to my list, and I invite them to the call about 6 p.m. on the either Tuesday or Thursday night of the call. And some say they'll be here, and some call me back and say, yeah, I'll definitely be there, and then they're not there. But
you know what? Sometimes they show up, and that's
yeah.
And you never know who will or who won't. That gets all the way back to some will, some won't. So what? Just keep right on going. Just keep hollering next, and I keep inviting people, and people show up sometimes, and sometimes they don't. But the ones that show up are usually winners. So anyway, I appreciate everybody being in here tonight. And we'll turn everybody loose, and we'll be back again here. What's this? It's Tuesday, so I guess we'll be back again Thursday. Look forward to hearing everybody.
Good call, Mike. Good night.
Thank you, sir. They're all good.
good night, Mike. Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you.
Good night, everybody. God bless.